Yes, brother. What's up there? Nice to see you, mate. Been missing the last few, haven't you, bro? I'm not gonna lie, like Borough can't do now this season. I just had a look at the league there. Fuck down there. Not mathematically yet, but we need to do anything. We need to win these. We need to win our last three games and hope five teams above above us lose. Basically, season over in it. Yes, Stevie boy. Gotcha. I know I need to get the quizzes going, though, but they're hard work, man. Remember that one I set up the other week? About four people turned up, I think. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, no worries, sure, no worries. We'll be here for a few hours. Like I say, I've got the match on. I wish it'd be more exciting if I was a Leeds fan, I'm not going to lie. I mean, Leeds can still win the league. So it will make for a good game, like. Leeds have got to win, really, haven't they? Just looking at their manager there, I didn't know it was him. Forgot his name now. Wasn't he at? He was in the Premiership, wasn't he? I see thingy's starting for. Oh, I'm already a bloody about 90 seconds behind, which is not a good sign, is it? On my Fire Stick. I've got an app on my phone just telling me that it's kicked off, and they're still doing the group hugs on the pitch on my telly. Yeah, so it will be football based, but you know what happens, man. Anyone who wants to jump on, I'll stick the link out in a bit. If you want to just come and sit on the panel, or you want to come on and talk about anything you want, you know what I mean? I don't often say that, but that's the case. Talk about anything. You know what, Sean? I missed that Man U game yesterday because I've been at work the last 3 days. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. So been leaving the house at 5:30 in the morning, and I've been getting in at 14 hours later, 7:30 p.m. Long days, man, and not much in between. But I've got a few lives, so I don't know fully what's been happening, but little bits. But there's plenty to talk about, you know what I mean? And I was looking at Coventry there. Last time I looked, when I had a little look yesterday while I was at work, I knew the game was on. It was 3-0 after 69 minutes. So obviously, being if you're a Man U fan, it's happy days, isn't it? You're looking for your FA Cup final tickets, aren't you? But and then I seen it was 3-2. You've got to feel a bit sorry for him, right? Haven't you? But looking at the league there, just had a quick look at the Championship. Coventry looks like Coventry might be able to make the playoffs, and it could end up back in the Premiership, you know. See Patrick Bamford's. See how long Patrick Bamford lasts. You know, we signed Bamford when he. Can't remember. I can't remember where we signed him from, but he just won the Championship Player of the Season, and we signed him when we were in the Premiership as our. He was going to be the superstar, you know, for the season, and he never really found his feet at the Borough. Like I'm not gonna lie, he never really did much. He showed a few glimpses, but he's always full of injuries, man. Always injured. Yeah. Was that when it was 3-3? Is that when it was 3-3? Like, so I haven't even much match of the day, you know. I have much match of the day all season. Oh, I tell you what, I look like. I look like Sean. I look like Bobcat. A little word about Bobcat, yeah. Just to clear it up, right? I've had a word with Torbs, yeah. I had a word with Torbs. Oh, Torbs is my mate. I think we all know Torbs. Uh, Tobbs has been friends with Bobcat for years, apparently, and he's not. I've seen him sticking up for Bob in loads of channels. So I just want to say to Tobbs, that's fair dues. You know what I mean? Tobbs, me and you, Borough lads, will always be sound. All I said to you about Bobcat was he definitely had his pants down on somebody's life, and he definitely had cotton bottle or some sort of boxer shorts on with farmyard animals on. We'll leave it at that. Sean wants to take that further. That's up with Sean. You know what I mean? I'm just saying what I say. But doesn't have to doesn't have to get in the way of our YouTube friendship, mate. Big up Jimbo the Bull. Respect Vander's there. Big up the Vander in the green. But I did see Torbs sticking up for Bob on a few. I think it was Tyrone's yesterday, and Tyrone told Torbs, he said, "No, I don't want Bob. He's not banned out the chat, but he doesn't want him on a panel." You know, it's one of them, and I'm guessing to to round it all up, I'm guessing Bob wished he'd never done the porn bomb and stuff because he can't deny it. He's admitted it. He won't admit the last one, but he's admitted doing the rack pull stuff. It's been happening today anyway. Big up stages for sharing that, mate. And that was some cheesecake, that like. Whose cheesecake was that? Was that go on, he's in. Penalty. 1-0. We'll probably beat these about 5-0, you know, and it doesn't really matter. 1-0 after 6 minutes. I thought, right, because I haven't been able to have a good look at it on me in the chats and that, but I seen Phil Graham last night and I thought, that's another avatar in it. Like it? Yeah. If it's doing anyone's nutting, like it was doing Calvin's head in the other day. Kelvin said, "Can you just change it?" Right? You just had to ask me. He scores a few goals at his eye, Jones. You know, I'm sure he's a right back. I can't believe Leslie. Leslie's been about, hasn't she? She was in Jim Smith's last night, wasn't she? She's been there. She'll probably come in here. She won't miss. I seen her mentioning us for something last night. Yeah, well, I think we might spoil the party here. They're only 4 points behind Leicester, man. Leeds will be dead on if they lose this game. Like, what the lie. Yeah, man. You know what? The last few lives have been quite good. You know, I know Northern King wasn't happy that he got clipped. I seen him mention it on a few channels because he doesn't go on many. He only goes on the elite channels. You know what I mean? So we had him on here last week for about an hour, and I just did the usual with him. You know, I'm like, man, just get what all his, but because he's a clipper, so I want to get it straight from the horse's mouth. You know what I mean? Asked him loads of questions, dodged a few answers and that, but I seen him saying, he's not going to, he's not going any more pals because he got clipped. I think what he means by that is it was on YouTube Asylum the day after, but they totally missed. I thought when Rob on YouTube Asylum said, "Oh, I've got a bit of flabby at the moon," at the end, I thought it was going to be just Manos, which when I watched it back, it was good and it was funny in that, but it would have been better if there'd been an argument. Wouldn't it? Randy, top shagger Randy, washing a few pots there. You know what it is, Jimbo, right? Wash it up. I don't know why, right? But, you know, for most blokes, and I might be a bit sad admitting this, right? But for most blokes, the worst nightmare would be a sideboard full of dirty pots, wouldn't it? But I don't mind it, mate. I can work me way through a sideboard full of dirty pots. So you're getting a red hot bowl of red hot washing up bowl, yeah? Bit of fairy liquid. It's got to be red hot though. Put all the dirtiest pots in, yeah? Let them let them soak for 5 minutes. You've got to have a brush. Got to have one of them scrub brush things handle on so you don't burn your hands, yeah? Give 'em a good scrub, but the secret is you got to have the hot water on. Got to have the hot water on to rinse as you're washing, yeah? Rinse into the thing in it, the way you put your pots to dry. Yeah, I've washed a few pots in my time there. Not like Phil Graham, you know what I mean? He just didn't even know where a pot is. The only pot he knows is the stuff he puts in his Rizzlers, isn't it? Or you know what, mate? I would have to draw the line at anything if they had gravy on. If they had gravy on. Ah, sorry, I'd have to have the marigolds on. Like, I know we're only 10. How long are we in? About 10 minutes in. We're on level 8 already, mate. So it's not looking good. Steve's Steve's with you on that one now. Oh, penalty for Leeds. Oh, who's going to take this? Bamford. He'll miss. I don't believe you there. Like, you haven't finished watching them. Yeah, he's Jimbo, you're the expert. I know what you're saying about don't ever dry them, yeah. But you've got to have a little bit of, got to have a little bit of tea towel, have you? Just to finish them off. Nice clean tea towel. Honestly, right, they haven't even took the penalty yet. They decide, oh, who's taking that? Marinelli, is it? No, whatever his name is, but he scored anyway, thanks to Derby. Oh, he went the right way as well, the keeper, didn't he? Just tell us, you know what I mean? If Phil tells me if I'm talking shite, not that I take any notice of it, like, but pick up the Derby. Oh, Derby, a Leeds fan, like, you know what? You know what? I haven't even started yet, mate. That's just charging. That's charging. I'm on the whatever that is. Good, good E Pro, 7,500 puffs. Talking of puffs, where's Big J? Did you all watch the boxing the other night? Ah, it's a nightmare, me, you know. So I'd been to work on the Saturday. I got in at like 7:30. I was knackered. So I really wanted to watch the boxing. I knew it started at 1 o'clock. So I thought I'll get straight to sleep, 8 o'clock, and wake up at 1. Just watch it through and just suffer all day Sunday at work. Didn't work out like that. Ended up listening to whoever was on Saturday night on YouTube, and had the telly on with the boxing on, which was buffering all the time, like Buffer City, which is no good when you're watching boxing. And he ended up, it started that late. I was on my way to work. I was on the way to work at 5:45, listening to some boxing channel, some American boxing channel, that was commentating on, oh, Leeds have just scored. Leeds have scored. I've just got it on my app. Yeah, it was Just Do Boxing, who is some American geezer. 3 goals in 17 minutes, man. Yeah, Just Do Boxing. I think I subbed to him through Daryl Adams. Oh, Tony Bamford. No need for that, like. No need for that, like, is there? You know what's the worst thing, right? I've got it on the Fire Stick. I've got it on the Middlesbrough. The Middlesbrough. Got it on the Middlesbrough thing, and it's the Leeds. It's the Leeds commentary, so they're all getting excited. Is he a Leeds fan, like Randy? Oh, that's it, Andy. What was that homosexual fact there? Leeds have the largest percentage of homosexuals. It's all right, man. You don't need that. You don't need that excuse to laugh at us, though, do you? Who's this character? I've seen this character flying about over the last few days, and I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's either Themis 2 or The Miss 2. Themis 2. If anyone there can enlighten us there, mate. You know what? If you need a big win, if you're going to get a decent amount back if Leeds win, it's a no. It's a no. Doesn't mean anything to us. Even though we've only lost once in the last 10 games, I just uh, did Barcelona win last night? I seen somebody put in the chat. I think it might have been T1 said they were going to win 900 odd quid. Yes, brother. Hey, just man up. Star of the show the other night. I know you did leave a comment, mate, saying you got a story for us. I don't know whether that was a personal, like whether that was a story for the chat or you wanted to come on and tell us about it. You know, mate, you're always welcome. We're just we're just warming up here. We'll be on for a few hours. If Leeds get another goal, like it could be going off. To be fair, mad story, man. Scotty G. Yeah, what's going on with Scott Chegg? Is that a wind up or what? Because that's causing a few ructions. That like, isn't it? I don't know him, mate. I don't. Obviously, I know. I've heard of it. I've heard of the character. And I know he's in. I know he's in with Creepy Craig and all them lot. Like, I know he's in with Creepy Craig, but is there any truth in all these stories, or what? Or is, is he bell ended? See, I know he had some sort of live set up last night, but it was that had been pre-recorded, hadn't it? But if that's a wind up, if that's a wind up, then it's just like it's just fucking no need for it, is it? You know what I'm saying? Did anybody see? I only seen it on the way home there. Did anybody see Paul Venice's little video about his mate Danny? Danny who knocked somebody out in Rome, banjoed some robber who wanted his Rolex while he was having a couple of days holiday in Rome with his fiance. Yeah, so we mentioned it the other night when it come out that Danny had managed to get on the BKFC Newcastle card. Straight away, I thought that's how we've ordered that, like stealing Venice's thunder. And Venice, you could tell in his video today. You could tell in his video, man, he had a little dig at him, didn't he? Still calling him his brother though, and who's this batty fish here? 2-1 already, mate. Two fluky goals by Leeds, like a dodgy penalty. And the second one, I'm sure it was handball. Like. What's happening, Swanee? Have you got the night off, like mate? I've just done 3 12-hour shifts, mate. I've now I've now on me rest days. Well, Leeds could win the league. To be fair, like if Leicester don't win the championship this season, that's got to be that's got to be the worst. It's got to be the worst performance second half of the season ever. And if they don't go up, even whether they go up automatically, it'll be an absolute disgrace. Like we're all over them. We're all over them. Links there, Swanee, if you want to come on and let me talk to you for a bit. Like I say, at the minute, I'm just on the vape. I'm just on the normal vape juice, but I've got me Jungle Boys just charging up, so it will go south. Like yeah, just man up. It didn't really. It didn't. Yeah, doorstepping of your neighbour. Anyone who was here seen it. Seen it pan out live. Didn't really get the credit it deserved the next day, like did it? Yes, Howler had my brother. what's happening now. Howler Flavors is giving you plenty of ammo, like, and I couldn't believe it the other day. God knows what he was doing, man. Flavors. He didn't learn, did he? We'll save it for a bit later, when I've got a bit of THC in those, mate. Yeah. So anyone who missed the story or didn't see this pan out the other night, just man up. He'd been in the chat. I think it was about 1 o'clock in the morning one day last week, and he asked for the link. He asked for the link because he said he was gonna go and complain to his next door neighbour who who had put this sensor alarm in his front garden, which was going off every 5 minutes, making some sort of beeping noise, and it was doing just man up's head in, like to the point where at 1 o'clock in the morning he just had to go and he had to go next door and complain, like woke them up live, but he did it all live on this panel. It was funny as fuck. And it was, I've listened back, mate. I've listened back, and it was a bloke that answered. I did say it sounded like a woman, but it was a bloke, I'm pretty sure. Did you see it, Howler? Were you, mate? It was funny as fuck, man. I know, is it? You think it couldn't get any worse than now, could you? But it will, like. Is it? Is it? I haven't got the. I haven't got the. I haven't got the notification. Like, go on, latte, lads. Sorry, Randy, mate, but you got to celebrate a goal like that. Good for the neutral, like, isn't it? 2-2. Latte, lat. Yeah, who put that up? Who put that post up of Blackadder? Was it you, Howler? Was it you, Howler, that put the Edmund Blackadder post up? That's a classic, that. I think Just Man Up will appreciate that, like. And you had seen it somewhere before, the Toggle Fringe, like. That was a classic, that one, like. He's claiming that one, like. Where's Smithers anyway, the batty? See, Smithers did a live, didn't he? You know what I mean? What's he doing lives? 12 o'clock, midnight, 12 o'clock, when I'm in bed asleep. I watched it back, like. Can't even sell the stadium out. Oh, come on. Go on. Go on, son. It's an open game, like, innit? Did he? That doesn't surprise us. Like, was he? Had he been doing any more pretendy? Had he been pretending to do that wallpapering? Definitely, his wife did that. Like, no way Smithers could do that. He's class Dave, like anyway, he does his lives. Turns into like what is he? He's he's just Dave, isn't he, man? Dave, the top gadget. Isn't he? How did I've got it on the Middlesbrough one. I think you know the one I'm on about when you go to the championship on the Fire Stick. I've got the Middlesbrough one, and it's got all the lead. They're all leads. The commentaries all leads. Have we got the bottom of Big G's return to YouTube then, Phil? Is it a split up with him and his boyfriend, or are they just having a little like breather, a little break? It's just the local radio howler that does it, you know. I've got my earpiece in, yeah. So if I'm too loud, just let us know. No one's mentioned it yet. Oh, is it on Sky Sports? Ah, yeah, man. To be honest, I haven't had any buffering. Is it on Sky Sports, like howler? Jimbo. He's not letting on, is he? I've been ribbing him a little bit, like he 100% was told by his boyfriend to stay off YouTube. You know, it was getting in the way of the relationship, and at 9 o'clock every night, it just so happened that his his absence from YouTube, his absence on YouTube was the same time that Love Island, the new season of Love Island, was on. But if you notice, he did used to jump on for like 2 minutes. That's when the adverts on the Love Island adverts, pretending that he could just come on whenever he wanted. Sky Sports. I tell you what I've been watching. Has anyone been watching that Fallout? I don't normally like stuff like that, but I heard a few people talking about it. It's a bit far fetched, like, but Sky Sports main event. Oh yeah. So I have got Sky Sports main event on, and the time is We are 36 minutes, 55 seconds. Definitely something in it. We'll get it out of him. Oh, do you like it, Jimbo? Are you into stuff like that? I'd heard a few people going on about it, and I didn't have a clue what it was about. I knew it was sort of futuristic. Um, so I'm still about 45 seconds behind you, mate. But I thought it was a series. I thought it had been. I thought it was like a second series of it, but it's based on the computer game, isn't it? Oh bollocks! Serious? Oh, come on! Don't better not be. Oh, better not be Bamford. Oh, the keeper's going to mess up, isn't he? I don't know. Nice move. Oh, it's messy. Oh, nice. Good goal. Like, I tell you what, the away fans are getting the money's worth, aren't they? Well, he was a mile offside, the number nine, Bamford, but oh, he's offside. Oh, he's offside. He's offside. Can't do that. See, that's what you're getting. That's the difference. See, that's a big goal, yeah. That's a big goal that could decide whether a team goes into the Premiership. We all know how much that's worth, right? Obviously, that was offside. Yeah. How did you know that? Weird that, like. Yeah, but I'm watching football as well, though, so that's sort of. I'm watching football and vaping while drinking a pint of rosé. Well, a bottle of rosé out of a Coca-Cola glass. Oh, God. Terrible that. Absolutely robbed. Oh, I was in Tesco getting me up. Oh, he should have scored Bamford. That should have been for that. How did he miss that? Yeah, there was some. I mean, I see some travesties like on a daily basis with the Crocs. But there was a. Why did he always look like three sizes bigger than the person's feet? Steve, you've been watching me long enough to know that as long as it's got a bit of alcohol in it, I'll probably drink it. I was on the strawberry Daiquiris the other night. Strawberry Daiquiris. Been on the vodka lemonades. I've had Jack Daniels. I've got Newcastle Brown. I've got Strongbow cider. Digging this Coca-Cola glass, like, you can't get them, look at that. You can't buy them. Can't buy that shit. You know? It's got to have ice in it as well. Who've I heard who doesn't like the idea of putting ice in lager? I think it might be, and it doesn't really matter then. I think it's that Gail Dawson. She was having a go at Jim Smith. She was calling Jim Smith. She was calling him a nonce because he has ice in his cider or his lager. Not gonna lie, I do have ice in everything. Like, I know I'm getting no respect for the ice in the lager. I just have ice in everything, and if you do leave it for too long, Vander, it does like it's not very nice when you forget about it for half an hour and your first few gulps out the pint is purely like water. It's like the whiskey thing in it, these whiskey drinkers who say it's like a travesty to put ice in like a shot of whiskey. Nearly a deflected goal there was nearly threes each. Could have went anywhere that. I was all watching Jim Smith last night. I think you were in there, Phil. It's funny that like now, that's a travesty that Jimbo because I think everyone knows that Newcastle Brown has on the bottles which are like iconic anywhere around it. But the other reason they're iconic is it has like a star on it, doesn't it? For people who don't know, this star on the bottle of Newky Brown, when it turns blue, that means it's at the perfect temperature to drink. And also, if you're going to buy a bottle of Newky Brown in a pub, you always get a half pint glass. That's how to drink it, a half pint glass. Pour your half pint in, you do get like a bit of a head, but it's not massive. You know what I mean? And that's how you drink Newky Brown, unless you're really classy. And you will see this in a lot of Weatherspoons in Middlesbrough. There's quite a few women who'll just get a bottle of Newky Brown with a straw. Don't I mean I wouldn't ask for it. I wouldn't ask for ice like in a pub or anything like that. It's only if I'm at home. But who remembers? It wasn't that long ago, was it? That the biggest and most ingenious, what do you call it, advertising market gimmick was invented, and that was the Magners. Remember when Magners come out, Magners bottles of Magners on the ice that summer? I think the World Cup was on or the Euros. You start getting all these adverts for bottles of Magners cider, right? And nobody really drank cider. You only drank like Woodpecker or Strongbow, yeah. And then all of a sudden, from nowhere, just every other advert was showed you this bottle of Magners and poured it over a pint glass full of ice, wasn't it? And that's all you got, man, in the pubs. Everyone drinking Magners with pint of ice. But you know what it was? That was that ingenious, right? All Magners is Bulmers, right? That's been out for years and years. They just like rebranded it. I mean, nobody ever went in and asked for a bottle of Bulmers, did they? Never went into your local and said, "Can I have 3 bottles of Bulmers?" But after they changed it to Magners, changed the bottle a little bit, done a load of put a load of ice in a pint glass and done loads of adverts. You couldn't get enough of it. Go on, corner. Definitely, man. Scrumpy Jack. What you calling Scrumpy though? What what you calling Scrumpy? When I think of Scrumpy Jack, I'm not thinking of like the white lightning. Are you thinking of the proper, where it just looks like somebody's stood in a stood in a washing up bowl of apples and mushed it all up, put a bit of water in? Is that what you're on about? Where there's all bits of apple floating about? Is that your Scrumpy Jack? It's about like 15% volume. That's the one. You turn the bottle up and it just looks like piss, doesn't it? Looks like somebody's had a cloudy piss and put loads of toenails in it and shook it up. And you get it in the mad bottles, don't you? That's the one good thing about Scrumpy Jack. You always get it in like this dead smart thing with a jug on it, don't you? You can imagine Jim Smith drinking it straight out of like one of them jugs. Do you get it on? I don't. You can't get it on tap though, can you? Oh yeah, Phil. Don't go with that. Don't go. I'm going to talk about my home brew. Steve's just reminded me, man. So it's got to have been, and Louise, right? Louise can clarify all of this, right? I must have had loads of time on my hands. It's up between maybe 5 years ago, and at this time, I'm in my flat, and I've got my son basically living with us, yeah, and I'm working 3 12-hour shifts, days and nights, and in between that, I decided that I'd start making home brew, brewing all my own shit or my own lager and all that. Oh, mate, I got right into it. I even started buying I bought, to keep where it ferments, what we call them barrels. I even like bought the heaters that go around there, to keep it at the perfect temperature. And then like I was proper like, I was loving it, man. I made two, I think, is it 25 gallon? No, not 25 gallons. It can't be. You know the ones I mean, don't you? You know the ones I mean. But honestly, must have made about 5 or 6 different batches. Beer, English lager, Mexican lager. But to cut a long story short, this one batch I made, right, and it's not easy. You're looking at a couple of months before from buying it, from brewing it to it being ready to drink. Yeah. Oh, but I made this. Sure, it was Mexican, right? And oh, you ask Louise, it was better than any of the stuff you get in the pubs. And it was about 6%, mate. I got about 50 bottles of it as well. Oh, when it was freezing cold, man. I need to get on these vapes, man. Yeah, but that all started from the Scrumpy Jack. Somebody mentioned Scrumpy Jack, didn't they? Bit of encouraging going on there, like. You know what? You's better enjoy it because enjoy your fame now, right? Because soon YouTube idiots will be in, and you'll all be like, "Oh, fucking hell, these YouTube idiots, man! I've got to work a bit harder here to be funny." It's like that, though, isn't it? So do you think it's like that? Like you've got to be funny with your comments, haven't you? You know what I mean? You just remember, unless you're using right a joke twice. This is the way I look. If you ask anyone in the chat here, when was the last time they read a book? Yeah, from start to finish, a book. Like in the chat, has anyone read a book from start to finish in the last year? You don't, right? Because you think about it, if you're in a chat, right, and you're inputting all the time in that chat, you're bantering, you're dropping funny, you're reading every single comment there, right? You're reading every single comment, and a lot of the times you're replying. So for like 2 or 3 hours, you basically read it like the Bible, haven't you? You've read the equivalent of the Bible like in 3 hours. And the weirdest thing about it is you remember every comment that you made, or you remember other people's comments. Out of all them thousands of comments, you'll still remember a joke that you wrote. Crazy, man. That's the power of the brain. Jimbo, he used to. I'm not going to lie, he knows this as well. YouTube idiots, you used to put a bit of fear into me because. But this is at this point, still thought it was a woman, right? I was the one that started that rumor, and that was basically based on the way they wrote in chats, which hasn't really changed, right? But the main thing was love hearts. But he still does red, the proper red ones, which means like love in it. But he was putting them in most of his comments. I was thinking, there's no bloke who's that funny. He puts love hearts in. I think they're just but dropping a clanging, putting them in. So that's what made me say he was a woman. Tunes jumped on it, and well, he didn't jump on it enough for me. He never jumped on that enough. I always thought, when Tunes was getting absolutely battered off YouTube idiots, and those kitchens getting destroyed on a daily basis, wasn't it? I thought, Tunes, you're missing the trick here. If you just go with if you keep calling YouTube idiots a woman, like saying it's a woman all the time and gives little reasons, that I think you could have worked out different for you there, but you missed that one. Yeah, but now, mate, Steve, like he did used to scare me, like well, not scare me, but he's a big character, isn't he, on this YouTube? Plus, he's number one on Tunes' body bag list, isn't he? Told you about that one, didn't I? The 5 body bags that he's got. YouTube idiots is top of Tunes. He's already got his own body bag. I'll tell you what, there's been some horrible photos I've seen of tunes. Oh yeah, little mention about my mate, Fanny G. What has Fanny G been doing, man? What's Danny G been doing? Why is Northern King gonna lose his channel? Like, what's going on there? It's weird because Northern King came on here last week, but she doesn't go on many panels, right? Not to chat like the way we chat. Um, but we did mention Danny G, but there was nothing. I don't think it's anything to do with that, right? But Northern King's done hundreds of videos about Danny G. Like, why now? Why is this one so bad? Oh, I won't come in here. Like, but that photo, has anyone seen? Well, we've all. If you've seen Northern King community post, right? Have you seen the photo? Like the thumbnail? What's he trying to do? I commented. I commented in Northern King's. I commented in Northern King's post about him. Because I mentioned Danny quite a lot. But that picture, man, I've seen it before where he looks like Fischl. Lordy, Fischl. Fischl, that mad woman man thing that always strikes people and that. Well, that's what Danny G looked like her on that picture, man. In it. So I put in it that pic cracks me up, or that pic kills me, right? And it stayed as like his top comment, and it had about 25 likes or something, right? Loads of people were right, just right. Looks like a lesbian, right? Underneath that looks like some 80s gay back 80s new romance geezer, right? But then check this out. Who knows Lindsay? Lindsay's sticking up for him, man. Lindsay has got Daddy G's back 100%. He would take a bullet. Lindsay would take a bullet for Danny G, right? To the point where he put a comment underneath where I said, "This pic kills me." Funny not. It's still there now. But Lindsay's Danny, honestly, you try and say anything to Lindsay, right? We all know Lindsay, right? You try and say anything bad to Danny G to him and he's coming to doorstep you. He's doing a just man up on you. Lindsay's been on camera a few times. He's off his nut, Lindsay. But he's got this affiliation with Danny G for some reason. Over Christmas when there was all that shit. Over Christmas when there was all that, where he had his daughter's mate and they were all getting pissed and doing shots and all that. Lindsay was the only person on this side of YouTube who was sticking up for him. What, the home bargains? These are the originals, mate, from last summer. Look at them bad boys, original. They're proper diamonds, them. They're proper diamonds, them. It's got 8 of them. The bonus one in the middle, I think, there. But then what really sets them off is the zebras. Remember, these are the original ones, mate. These have seen some live streams. These were the glasses that I painted the walls with on them infamous 3-day last summer where I painted that wall. Remember? That's what they should be called, Lordy. Lordy, what's been going on in the other community, mate? I've been watching, because I follow Torbs, obviously, right? You know where Tobbs is going wrong at the minute, right, Lord? He's tried to venture over here, right? Like, I've even seen Tobbs turn up in Tunes' chat, right in the middle of loads of shit. Tobbs has just turned up on the panel. Honestly, I've had my head in my hands a few times, mate. But I never realised how much Tobbs is on here. Is it just lately or what? Like, he's on, like, he does his own lives, right? But then he's on other people's panels when he's off his nut. But there's a bit of, where he's going wrong. And I already mentioned it earlier on, Bob Cart. I don't know what you think of Bob Cart, Lordy. What do you think of Bob Cart? In this little community we've got over here, right? All these people in the chat will all have the same opinion of Bob Cart, right? But it's like Lindsay and Danny G, Tobbs and Bob Cart. Like, Tobbs won't have a bad word said about Bob Cart, right? Like, sticking up for him, Lordy, right? But I don't think Tobbs has seen what Bob Cart's been like over here. Like, the not reputation, but what is it? He's basically known as a flasher, a palm bomber. He bums pigeons, right? He's a dog breeder, right? He's a dog breeder. Um, he's just all sorts, man. Pigeon fingerer, pigeon banger. Well, that's the reputation, right? And so when I hear Tobbs jumping on other people's channels like Tyrone's, saying, why have you blocked Bob? It just sounds really funny. Somebody sticking up for Bob. Good match going on, like in the house there. Great game, like. But I don't know what. I don't know. It's just going on. It's going off over your side, like Lordy. That Mr. Beautiful Blues, he's off his nut. That Mr. Rainbow, Vincent Vega, Michelle C, Maria C. It's fucking madness. A lot of these people in the chat would probably won't know what about. I know, that's what I mean, Randy. Mate, there's so many characters, man. He's Nostog, he'll be sober tonight. Anyone see how pissed Nostog was last night? It was fucking beauty, that. He was fucking mortal. Don't know what he'd been drinking, right? But he was proper kicking off at, what time was it? It was about 7:30, wasn't it? I let him on there, shuffling on, and Nostog's getting on, yeah. So I let him on, knowing he was absolutely mortal drunk, right? This is about 7:30. He just starts ripping into shuffling, right? Calling him a fucking nonsense and everything. Right? This is at 7:30, right? And I'm thinking, oh, he's fucking mortal. Then he goes off in the chat, and then about 1 o'clock in the morning, I see him pop up in the fucking chat. What state must he be in now? He's a queer one, eh? But he keeps changing his name all the time as well, so is he that Rain Bo 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 Bo? Heister's another Borough lad, very good mates with Nutter. I think we all know Nutter. Hey, tell you what, you can't go. Nutter has got the Saturday night spot, early Saturday evening, right? I mean, he's got the Ant and Deck slot on YouTube, like boxed off. He had about 140 people in, man, on Saturday night. It's like naughty Nutter, isn't it? Like the Nutter's naughty side. you're having through the week where you can't swear or anything on the morning, and everything's nicey nicey. Everyone's got a spanner, and then you've got Nutter just getting you more enough to a good wholesome start at it. And he does he does get people coming in from all over. You know what I mean? Just for a bit of normality on a morning. But then on Saturday night, he turns into like Jeremy Kyle, doesn't he? Jeremy Kyle, like T-Side's version of Jeremy Kyle, and everyone's loving it, man. Everyone's loving it. To get 140 people in anyway is good, but to get them coming in from everyone's side, you know what? Saying that right, I was never a coffee drinker, right? Until I was never a coffee drinker until a few years ago, right? When when you're knackered on night shift, I seen every week a free coffee, big tub, the big tubs of coffee. It's just in our canteen. We've always got free tea and coffee, right, and milk, which I've never took advantage of, right? In all the years I've worked there, I thought I'm missing out here. Coffee. Everyone's drinking coffee on night shift, especially. I thought, why am I walking around knackered? The only thing that the only I don't even know why I didn't drink coffee. So I thought, right, night shift. Started doing myself loads of black coffees, right? Drinking them. It's all right, I can get used to it. It was only about 3 weeks later I realised I found out it was decaffeinated. So it wasn't even doing anything, it was. So I'm drinking it for no reason, right? But in response to that, right, I've started, I am partial, the double espressos, the Starbucks, freezing cold. I am partial to one of them, like, I know, mate, it was the placebo effect, Lottie. Definitely 100% placebo, it's true. I was thinking I was off my nut, just drinking loads of coffee like every day. Or does it just make you piss? What's happening, brother? You've been floating about, haven't you? You haven't done many paddles, like. You haven't done many paddles. Have you? Your batty face just seen you dropping your homo comment in there. He's boss dog. Three cans of Stella. He thinks he's Tunesy, doesn't he? You know what? I missed the end of it, but to be honest, boss, I didn't. I thought I don't want to see the end of this. Sun blazing, right? Boss dog's laid on his veranda, yeah, on his sunbed, sun lounger, and he's on Stella, yeah. He's drinking cans of Stella for fun. Big zoo in his hand, right? Sun blazing. He's living the dream, right? And I thought, I'll stay for a little bit, but this is like gonna go pear shaped very soon. 3 cans later, apparently he's flaked out on his sunbed. Like somebody said that you were being sick in there, but I was talking to him a few hours ago. My last break at work, I was talking to him on his live. Yeah, and let me tell you, he's still paying the price for them 4 cans. 2 or 3 days later, he's fucked. He hasn't been right, man. He hasn't been right since. Knocked him for 6 months. He hasn't even been doing no cooking. All he did today in his chat, yeah, he gets some beauties in his chat like boss dog. There was a couple in there today. One was from Phoenix, Arizona, boss dog, remember? What she called Chloe or something, right? They're just putting rant, asking Boston to take his socks and shoes off and show him the feet. And then you've got fucking people coming in saying, "Can you say bro a bit more, bro? Why do you keep saying bro all the time, bro?" Fucking hilarious, man. Boston's just lapping it up. There's big zoom there, just like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to see my feet. Lordy, Lordy, you want to close your ears for this next minute, right? So I was having quite a bit of respect the fact that he's from Cardiff and he's fell in love with the Parmo, yeah. But he hasn't had a proper Parmo. But because he's got people from Middlesbrough like bigging him up when he's making them. What was it? What was that? What he's been making them for months, right? And they look really nice. But was it only last week or the week before, right? I realised that he was what were you calling vegetable sauce, Boston? Lordy mate, he was basically like he wasn't even using vegetable sauce. He was like I'm not even sure what it was. What was it? That's what he was using, Lordy. That's what he was calling it. That's what he was calling it, Bocelli sauce. Gee, fucking Boccini. Yeah, but he hasn't cooked a thing, man, since them 4 cans of Stella. I haven't seen him eat anything. Normally he's eating for about 3 people, man, every sitting. So he hasn't been eating or anything. He's proper hungover still. Yeah, so boss dog, it's not parsley sauce, mate. It's not parsley sauce. Yeah, Lordy, if you ever catch one of Boss Dog's lives, which are very random, right, you can get. He doesn't do them so much now, or I might miss them. But he used to do these 4 a.m. lives, right? And I used to catch him out when I was on night shift. 4 a.m., right? Pretending he's fully dressed with the zoo, pretending that he's just done a workout, right? At like 3:30 or something. So I've done my workout and that, pull ups and everything. And I've had him teaching me how to skin up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, proper showing us, on the camera how to like make a joint. What you basing that on? I said Boston last year, mate, when I'm not even lying, right? When you started making them gadgets and that, or ornaments from U-bends and plumbing fittings, wasn't it? Honestly, Lordy, it was ingenious. He was making things out of bits of copper pipe and that, because he used to be a plumber. He was making like toilet holders and that, toilet roll holders and stuff. Lordy. So we've got this thing over here. You've got a few people who think the chefs, right? And they decide to like every time they have something to eat, they'll take a photo of it, right? And like put it on and show people what they've had. Oh, the king is Sean Wayne. I think you know Sean Wayne. He's the OG when it comes to like he eats loads of different shit every day and he takes a photos. Well, anyway, Steve McGeary thought he'd have a bit, right? So Steve McGeary comes in with his debut community post of a strawberry cheesecake, right? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. It did look nice, and he did get a lot of comments and that. And then I made a comment. I said, "Have you tried the Parmo cheesecake?" Obviously, there isn't a Parmo cheesecake yet, mate. It was a wind up, but it had Steve for a bit. Like we're not that mad, you know what I mean? I know they do. Like, yes, my mate. Jay, I was listening to PP the other day, right? And I know I always look out for you in the chat, mate. But I know, like, you're a fucking family man and all that. But I know you're a big PP fan. I've always known you're a big PP fan. And if you're going to see her anywhere, it'll be either an ear or PP's. And I was listening I was at work, and I had my earphones in. And so PP was reading his chat, and he said, "Yes, Jay." And I was like, "That could only be Jay, the blue nose Jay." And it was anyway. Was, man. So I knew you were floating about again, Matt. But I know you only come in the elite channels. He's only come back because Everton's safe now, aren't they? Are Everton safe? Didn't they win on the one on Saturday, didn't they? Oh, nice bit of cod. I don't even like it, mate. I don't think I've never had a fish from the fishy. What, you've done some lightly toasted bread? Naughty that, like. I'll have to have a look at that. Have you got his number and that, like, Jay? Because you know what? He's he promised me this year he's gonna come up here and take us fishing. That's basically a promise that he said on the live only last week. Fucking predictive text, man. Yeah, man, that's what I mean. Like Jay. If anyone doesn't know Jay, right? Jay, it was I don't know, were you Pablo's mate, Jay? Because he loved it when you jumped on. And, like Jay would jump on, fight trolls. You know, it didn't matter how many people were in. No, he wasn't in there every night, but he was. Pablo had a lot of respect for him, right? And there's a few new people in the chat here, so I'm going to tell you the story very quickly. But Jay was the reason why I started jumping on paddles and that for some strange reason, right? I don't know why, but just from being in Pablo's chat, and I might be on the panel once or twice. I got a Pablo left us a comment on a video saying basically they wanted us to start jumping on the panels and that, and he'd been told that I'm someone someone the type of person he wants in his chatting on the panels and that was because of Jade. Jade, like, I don't know, Jade just seen something in us, didn't you, mate? They always have respect for him. Plus, he's just a top lad. Apart from he's a blue nose. Also, Jay is one of the few I've actually spent time with. A couple of days out with Pablo, right? Because as as many people he had on his in his chats and that, I think there was only a handful who we saw I met, wasn't there? And no PP was the PP was. We all know the PP. What's happening, Gav? Ah, Gav, yeah, Gav's live the other day. We'll talk about that in a minute, man. Yeah, man, they were mad. Them first few videos I did. I still got. They're still there on my channel. If you want to laugh, right? If you want to laugh, anyone in the chat, go to my channel and go to the first few videos I ever done, man. You know, one of them, it was pouring down with rain. It was pouring down with rain, right? And I was just like, I'd be camera here, just talking to it for like walking past the pub and there, outside my flat. It was about 30 seconds long, and then the next one wasn't much longer than the early lives, man. The early lives that I used to do were fucking, I loved them, mate. I used to get everyone in, man. The really one. Yeah, man, that was brutal. That was like right at the earliest. I think that was the first time I put my camera on. I'd done a video. Oh, is it really? Yeah, Jay. You know what, Jay, mate? I don't know. It is 4-2 as well. Oh, not a bad effort. Good goal there. See, just for a minute, we'll talk about this game, the importance. So Leeds Borough is probably our derby, you know. I don't know why they changed this game from Saturday. It was originally meant for Saturday, right? And when we play Leeds, because it's a high profile game, yeah, there's always chew. So they usually have it at like early kickoff on a Saturday. You know, to stop all the idea is to stop all the drinkers, isn't it? You know what I mean? Stop the being full of drink and kicking off. So they changed this game from Saturday early kickoff to 8 o'clock on the Monday night, which means that the Leeds fans have been in Borough Town Centre all day drinking, and there's a couple of thousand of them there. And they're going absolutely mental now because let's face it, right? They're beating Borough 4-2 at Borough, and it's going to take them into a automatic promotion to the Premiership place. You're going to go mental, especially when you score a goal like that. Naughty goal, that. Yeah, so what I was saying, Jay, right, is that I don't know how much of it you watch on here, right? But this chat has never changed, mate. There's loads of new characters, but they're all of the same, like ilk. It's like, I'd like to say it's the elite, you know what I mean? Got few gingers in here, like, but they're all big hitters, you know what I mean? We've got the drunks, got the people who get drunk and come on, and we've got the we've got the chefs who like to take pictures of cakes that they've made and cheesecakes. That's what they like to do on their channel, you know. Oh yeah, we're on about Gav's live, yeah. That was a beauty, that Gav. It was one of them on it. The fight was on it? The fight was on. Yeah, man. He's getting it sorted, mate. Said he's got enough for three, like three, whatever it is, rods and all that, and He's on fire at the minute as well, man, with a car. If you believe them pictures, if you believe the pictures that PV's been put out, and that's a real car he's got there, then he's on fire basically. Isn't he? Let's face it, he went all the way to Holland, didn't he, in the most densely populated pond of carp, and never had a bite. But yes, mate, keep in touch, and if you ever need to get in touch, mate, just drop us a leave us a comment. I was gonna, because I'm subbed here. I was gonna look for you today and leave a comment. Actually, I thought you'll probably see it. But yeah, man, I'll have a word with people. Sure, he'll squeeze you in there, bro. Oh, I'm the same, mate. I've never. The only fishing I've done is down the beck, with one of them bamboo with a little net on the end. That's it. I've got a reputation, Jay, for got a reputation for just being like somebody who drinks loads of gay drinks and that. He doesn't at the minute, but there's only I think Smithers has got it. I think he said to Smithers to pass it on, so I probably will have by the end of this week. I'll get his number. I'll get his number off Dave, and I'll get yours if you want nothing. Well, I'll give you a text. Yeah, he's a proper gadgy, like he's a proper gadgy J, like just gotta you get on with him, man. Yeah, Gav, this live that he did, yeah. So it was Saturday night, wasn't it? And there was absolutely nobody on at all, was there? Absolutely nobody on. And like it was like as if everyone was waiting for someone else to set a live up. Then Gab B come to the rescue, didn't he? I didn't know this till the next morning. Gab B came to the rescue, man. It was fucking hilarious. In a bit, mate. It was absolutely hilarious, man. There was quite a few people in there, and what we had was Gav, and he was for his first live stream. He adopted the. I don't know. I'm going to try and recreate the pose, yeah, just so he can see what we're talking about. He had a pillow like this, right, which was ginger, sort of like he was on like this ginger settee. He was like this, he had the gay arm behind his neck, the gay motorsports look, and then he's just like it was just like force people who anyone who was there will know what I'm on about. It was turned into like a question. Ask what you want. Ask Gab whatever you want. It didn't matter. He wasn't gonna. He was going to answer anything basically. But yeah, he did have a lot of. He even had a ginger T-shirt. Even his T-shirt matched. Did you see it? Did you witness it, Dostog? Did you witness it? It was a sight to behold, man. I could never fully do it justice. And then just because he was absolutely like he was like I'm a superstar here. I'm a live stream superstar, yeah. No, so you're getting this right. So he's like really enjoying it one day. He's like, yeah, I like this. Oh, everyone's coming in that. I'll set a stream yard up. Gav, Gav, I'm going to end this live. We'll set a stream yard up. Who's going to help us out? I was watching it back, right, 5 hours later, but I know for a fact that you have to wait 24 hours before you can go live on StreamYard if you're just setting your account up. So I knew he wasn't going to get it up. I wouldn't be surprised, Gav. Like, he's the king of Cacoldi, isn't he? I'm thinking, though, Noss, I'm thinking, oh, Gav, don't start doing lives, mate, because that's just like another one. another, like, another big hitter to contend with, you know what I mean? Is he the main star of it? Like, what's the theme? Yeah, you ask Gav, Mano. It, wa- like it was top few paddles that come on, and you always say this one. I just keep him on for hours though. I think last time he come on was a Saturday afternoon, and I just like tortured him for about 3 hours, man. We talked about everything, a lot of football talk. We talk a hard leg off, Gav. Like, when you get him and Lammy on, Wishy, him, Lammy, Wishy, and Chimpy. That's a naughty panel, that like. Is it Gav? Is he aware of this? Like, is he aware of this, or is this a new? Is this brand new? Because it's brand new to me. I haven't heard it. I haven't seen this Aldi advert, like, but we could run with it for a little bit. I've got YouTube Premium, me, you know. Honestly, right? It's the best 12 quid that you'll ever spend because you don't. Basically, all about it for us, so I don't have to watch adverts. But you get loads of other stuff that I never ever use, like benefits, you know, for your 12 quid. But the main one is you never have to watch any adverts. And I did it on a free trial about 2 years ago because the adverts, I mean, you get used to them, you know, having to wait for 15 seconds or whatever. And obviously now I don't get any, so it's just normal to me. But I've heard other people on the live streams where like Jim Smith will play a song and you hear the adverts in between. I feel sorry for them. I know I shouldn't. Has he seen it? Like, has he? I'll be able to Google it anyway. Like, but you can't beat a good lookalike, can you? Or a good comparison, you know. Like the latest one today was Howlerhead. We've got to give Howlerhead credit for the Blackadder, Edmund Blackadder Tongue Fringe community post today. I'm not going to lie, just man up was laughing it all up anyway, isn't he? He's loving it. Do you get Pornhub on it as well? Like, YouTube's like really bad at it, you know. I'm not going to lie, right? So last year, you know, when I was painting that wall, it was red hot, right? I think that I'd been out in the sun for 3 days, yeah, with my shorts on. Louise coming from work, right? So I only had a pair of shorts on. Louise coming from work, and we just had this like we had this habit of just kegging, but not kegging, just pulling each other's shorts down or tracky bottoms. While you're washing up or something, she'll just come behind us and just pull my trousers around my ankles, yeah. So she did that in the back when I was painting the wall in the summer, and I just kept on painting the wall, so my ass was hanging out, right, crack of my ass hanging out. She was pissing herself laughing. Got a phone out and started like do video on it. So anyway, that turned into she made a short out of it, right? My shorts were it only showed about that much of my crack, top of my crack, and it was funny as fuck, right? She put it on a community post. It got took off within like 5 minutes. YouTube took it down. YouTube took it down, right, because it was showing a bit of that, right? But my point is, has anyone seen some of the posts that these women put out, with basically now on tiny thong in the gym, you know, tiniest thong in the gym, right? And they're doing them leg, on the leg spreader. And it's got like 20 million views, right? And she's got like a tiny thong on and getting 20 million views and then a little bit of crack on my ass. Get banned. Oh, if it's good, like, we'll milk it. We'll milk it, man. Well, no, but that must be it. It's all right for a woman that basically I've now on in the gym. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen. Does anyone watch Cindy? I think we've all watched a bit of Cindy, don't we? I don't know how Cindy, when she does the music one, she puts songs on, like a mix where she's just in the chat, and she did one today. Uh, how she gets around that with copyright and that, unless she isn't monetized, don't you? You do, like, what's happening there? Is he being sent off? Oh, he's being sent off. Is it? Oh, it's only a yellow. Thought it was a red. Oh, 100%, man. Yeah, but apparently YouTube's really bad for you can't you can't say anything, can you, on YouTube? YouTube police and I think it's Twitter. Is it Twitter where you can basically just say what you want, can you, on Twitter? Doesn't matter, man. Steve, Steve, Masters has Masters has been shagging on live. I'm not no lie, right? Masters was shagging or getting a nosh on the live. He didn't know. I don't know whether he didn't know whether he'd left the camera or not or what. But yeah, I mean, let's just think, right? Think as bad as it is, right? Just think how many lives we've all watched, right, over the years, and how many times has anyone like got the knob out? I'm, I'm not going to lie, I can't think of one instance in all the live streams I've watched where a woman pulled her knickers down in front of the camera, apart from Laura Lou, who pissed in a carry bag. Yeah, that's the closest there's been to. a woman just pulling her pants down in front of the camera, and showing a backy pouch. You'd never see a backy pouch on here. A woman just get it out. But there's been what, two instances? Jaggy Thistle and PD. The PD one I haven't seen. I wasn't watching that. The Jaggy one I was watching at the time. So the PD one, I don't even know how bad that was. But you think that was all them lives? It's still not many, is it? But it's too many, isn't it? Yeah, I never seen it. I don't like even know the circumstances around that. I know Jaggies. That's knowing. I mean, this was last year, and I've seen quite a bit more of Jaggy, and I don't mind Jaggy, mate. I can talk to him. He's quite funny. But yeah, only twice, and PD's a hero because of it, and Jaggy's a total wrong because it just shows you, doesn't it? But oh, Randy, mate, I'm not gonna lie, I'll quickly run it by you, right? So there's a girl on here, Laura Lou. She's she'll probably tell you she still is a model, right? I think she's modeling shoe model, or balaclavas. Um, she's very random, very dipsy. Don't know. Put your words in the chat for how you describe Laura Lou. But this one night, anyway, on the live stream, she'd been talking away as normal, right? She had quite a few people in. Next thing, she just gets up from the camera. She has people on the panel. She gets up, moves away from the camera, and you see her just flitting about in on camera, on camera, off camera. Next thing, in the back, you see this thing, right? You see this thing, what turns out to be Laura, with a pants around her ankles and I know them orange Sainsbury's bags, like the 20p Sainsbury's bag. You can't believe your eyes. You think, is she pissing into a Sainsbury's bag on camera? And that's what it turns out she was doing. How are you doing, my mate? I believe you were trying to get on the other night, and you were having problems, weren't you? I think we all know that guy, don't we? The thing he spoke me joke, man. That guy, did you see? Yeah, Swan and Only spoiling me joke, right? This is what I mean about gingers, yeah. So there might have been a few people who don't know that guy, right? But he used to jump on the cesspit. Used to jump on the cesspit, and he's a little bit outspoken, yeah. I think he's a southerner. I think he supports Arsenal. I hope I've got that right. And he was working in the northeast, and anyway, he used to jump on the cesspit, but he had a friend. He had a Nigerian friend, or I think it was no, it wasn't Nigerian, but he was some sort of prince. You know what I mean? And he used to come on with him. He was funny as fuck. Now I was running with that until Swanee just turned around and just spoiled the whole joke. Yeah, just spoiled the whole joke by saying, "That's him, innit? That that's not his mate. That's him." Most like, fuck, you know what I mean? It was funny though, wasn't it? But his mate is funny as fuck. And he always get it wrong. It's not Nigerian, is it? It's some sort of prince wherever he's from, when them who wears all the big mad hats and all that, they all pray to them and that. What's happening, Flavors? What's happening, Flabs? We had your mate Howlerhead in earlier, have you seen? Howlerhead's got it in for you, bro. I hope you're good anyway, mate. I've been watching. I know I haven't been in for a while, Fabs. Because last time I went on Flavors panel, right, he had me on there for fucking 10 hours, right? Fucking 10 hours. I'm not gonna lie. Like, what the fuck do you talk about for 10 hours, man? It was on a Saturday afternoon as well. So we're just going to, just like, yeah, I always watch, man. I was watching Ugandan. I don't even want to try and do the accent. Just give me your 3 digits on the back of your card. Oh, you're a ginger, are you, Jimbo? You know, I tell you what, don't mess with Jimbo, right? So if Jimbo jumps on a panel, you're in trouble, right? He only made his debut a few weeks ago. He's been coming in the chats and that. He's quite partial to a panel, but he'll come on and tell you what time it is. You know what I mean? Don't mess with the Jimbo. You remember him, Dostog. I know. Well, Gab B's live the other night was a whole. It wasn't even set up right. If you haven't seen it, that guy, right? You know, Gab B. He's probably the most famous ginger on this side, yeah, and he's proud of it. There was just a ginger theme going on his first ever live stream the other night. And it wasn't even set up. You could just tell it was natural, 4-3 derbies. Tell you what, I tell you what, Derby, right? I tell you what, if we get 4-4, that's disaster for them. That's disaster if he's onside this time. Oh, it's a great header there. How many was it? Gab B was telling us how many there was, 1.5 million or something. He's obviously researched it. There's a ginger army on it. You know what, mate? I was just saying earlier on, right, Fabs? I know they were unlucky yesterday. But let's face it, man. Imagine being a Coventry fan and going, was it at Wembley? Did they have the semis at Wembley? I mean, what a game to be involved in. Obviously, obviously, it would have been brilliant to win, but that's dreamland, isn't it? Just to go and see your team. And I was looking at the league tonight in the championship. They still got a chance of making the playoffs. So you couldn't put it past them being at Wembley again in the playoff final. To be honest, it was definitely that sort of feeling, that sort of vibe, wasn't it? Oh, he scored. Even though, I mean, as a Man U fan, you couldn't. Oh, you couldn't deny. You couldn't say anything good about Man U, could you? I mean, when did Man U ever give a 3-0 lead up, man, with 20 minutes to go against the Championship side? Derby's not happy. Like Derby's squeaky bum time for Derby. Like How ginger are we talking? Like Jimbo? Are we talking Gabby ginger or and now you embracing the ginger? Like, have you got a ginger settee like Gav, ginger cushions? I said to Gav, right, Gav, you know when he was in Dubai, and Gav was doing all the selfies in Dubai, like showing us, oh, just showing off basically. But he's forever getting pulled up by the fashion police, right, Gav? He should be done for crimes of fashion, yeah. Like he can't have any mirrors in his house. Did anyone say a mirror? He hasn't got a mirror, has he? And I don't know. I don't know where he's shopping at, right? But he had this T-shirt on in Dubai, and some sort of zigzags on it, right? And the first thought in my head was, there's a caravan going about with no curtains, that type. It was that bad. I couldn't look at it for that long. The zigzags on this T-shirt, and I had to say something. And I just left a comment saying, what's going on with that T-shirt? To which he replied, right, it's Fred Perry. That was his response. It's fucking Fred Perry. As he admitted that, like, if you'd have asked him that the other night, no, he would have answered. You wouldn't he? That was the mood he was in. Come on, just ask me anything. Come on, anything. Ask me anything. You got a son, like, bro? That's a good one. That's interesting, mate. I didn't know you had a kid. Yeah, man, respect for that. I'll be finding out more about that, mate, if you're open to talking about it, because being a dad, it just puts another little twist on it that Jamie was a dad, unless he's wanted to pull me leg or whatever. I don't think he is. Yes, Fizzy, what's happening? Does anyone else? Does anyone else see any sort of? I don't know if she mean she might mean looks wise, but I think she means sense of humour as Carl Pilkington. Carl Pilkington. Around the world with Carl Pilkington. So she's always called me Carl, Mr. Pilkington, yeah. Which I'm not gonna lie, I don't mind because my son's told me last week that he's funny as fuck. He's very dry, and you do get some weird combinations like that, don't you? Yes, mate, I seen you there, Al. You are worrying me. Aldi was worrying me a little bit. I think we all know Aldi talks to reptiles, not reptiles, mammals, sea lions. Got the best job on YouTube. Trained sea lions at a very famous theme park in the North Yorkshire. Very famous, big zoo there. He's also one of my best mates on here, and he can be funny. He's been a mod since day one as well. You'll see him pop up in any chats, very random. Ship hit Steve, the man on the mountain all day. He'll often drop in there for a little chat with Stevie. There's not many people who do that on this YouTube, man. I said it the other day. Not many characters over here that could just pop in anyone's chat. Is he boring? Like, I haven't really watched that much of him, to be honest. I know he's got a bald head. I have seen him, like, gets all the women and that. Don't lie out. Don't lie. Dropping in there thinking no one's clocked you. I watch a bit of Steve. I would never ever go in his chat like that. I dread to think of his response if he seen me pop up in his chat. Okay, then, I don't want to be anywhere on his radar. When he goes on one, right, Steve, you always know he's going to go into Nutter, Ministry of Madness. But a little bit down the line, when he starts talking about Zeus, Jim, you just know it's like, oh, he's going to mention Flammy the Moon here. I don't even know why I didn't do anything to him. I absolutely did nothing at all to Steve apart from big him up. And he just turned on us like, and Louise, 4-3, that's it. Great game, that, like. He pops up on me, you know, because he has his little space, doesn't he, where he goes live for like a week non-stop, and then he'll disappear for a bit. But I seen a post today saying he's looking after about 5,000 cats and 2,000 dogs. They're all in his tent. He's feeding them all. Darby's happy with that one. That was one of the funniest things. That's when I started watching you. Nostog, when you were God's son. When you should do some more of them, man. When you done that video, can't remember what was it. It was a cartoon, and he dubbed Steve's voice over this cartoon, right? Was it Daffy Duck? Was it some sort of duck, wasn't it? Oh, here he is. His ginger pews have been burning, haven't they? He's like, someone's talking about me. My pubes are itchy, red hot. Oh, Gav, they've all been torturing you in here, Gav. They've all been ripping the piss out of your fashion sense and your ginger settee, from your live the other night. They're saying you've been doing an oldie advert or something. Is that right? You've been doing an oldie advert, not telling anyone. I believe Fairies had a little bit of what you call it, with Mrs. Moon. Mrs. Moon's been helping Fairy Fizz out in the back. Isn't that right, Fairy Fizz? Tell me about that the other day. She loves Fairy Fizz like we all love Fairy Fizz. She gets things done, Lou, Fizzy. She gets things done, man. Hey, Fizz, what do you think about you? Flavors has just been in here, and Flavors knows that he'll always like be his mate on here. But like, he's dropped a few clangers of late, and he's got a friend in here. He's got a fan in here, Paula Head, who keeps clipping him. But he's just giving him the ammunition, man. Yeah, that was funny last night. Tunes will never learn his lesson, will he, right? Tunes will never learn his lesson, right? don't mention Jim. Don't say sorry to Emma or Anton or Shuffler. That's the worst thing you can do is tell Jim not to do something, or and Jim just ripped him, didn't he? Like for about 5 hours last night. Funny as fuck. That chat was funny. Like loving that one. Like, aren't you? It's obviously some. It's obviously a mistake, wasn't it? I mean, who's gonna like say there's fucking moon? He's getting fucking blocked. Although it might have been after that. Might have been after that 10 hours that was on this panel. Someone just thought, let's get blocked for that one. Does he not? Is he not aware of Jimbo the Bull? Like saying that, right? It was only a couple of weeks ago. I can't remember who it was now, but I was in Flames chat. Somebody, somebody came in the chat from this side. I can't remember who it was. Who doesn't normally go in Flames, and Flavors is a bit unsure of them. He was saying, nah, not you. Yeah. I don't know where he got it from, but he got the wrong end of the stick with someone, and I put in the chat that this person was fucking sound, you know what I mean? And that was it. That did it, like, for Flavors, that's all he needed. Most of the people like that, if Fizzy says something to him, he'll listen. Mishi, although I don't know what's happened with him and Quaver, I haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue. But never thought that one would happen, like. Was it Boss Dog? You remember it? See what I mean about how you remember shit? Just remember loads of mad. Like YouTube Idiots is the best for it. You just see how many funny things he writes, right, overnight. But he'll remember them. I'm the only person I think who hasn't had a spanner on tunes. It's like tunes did. Tunes was the king of like spanner wars, was the he used to love giving his spanners and taking them. It's like that trophy. It's like that trophy that you won the other day, Gav. You know when you had to give it back to that lad. You had to give it back to him when you got the photos took. You were like, cheers, mate, for letting us that. He hasn't played football for like 20 years or something, and then he goes and wins a tournament. No way, Gav. Who's going to pass to the ginger? And I told everyone what really happened, that you were like, somebody got injured in the five side, and like, they were down to four men, and they didn't have any subs, and they just, they looked around, and, when you're at school, Yo, sorry about that, man. Technical difficulties, wasn't it? Technical difficulties, man. That's the first time it's let me down now since I bought it at Christmas. First time me booster. I'm not gonna lie, them boosters, mate, they're crap. You know, the Wi-Fi boosters. Oh, did it just come up my banner? That's all right. Oh, the match is finished now, innit? Match is finished, so we'll have a little look about on YouTube, yeah, because you know what? A lot of people, well, not a lot, well, nobody does anyway, let's face it. Nobody ever says, like, Moon, what's your channel about, yeah? So what is the chat? What is the channel about? You know what I mean? But you know what we tend to do is um, just talk about and slag other people off on YouTube, innit? That's what it's all about, I think. Obviously, obviously we have a little tipple and we get stoned and talk loads of shit. But basically, it's about our. I'll tell you my views on what's going on YouTube because I watch far too much YouTube. I see monks on. I didn't. I haven't for a while, right? I still watch monk, yeah. I still watch monk, but I haven't for a while. Um, when I've set a live up, look who else is live. I just stopped doing it. Just because nobody does it on purpose. And so tonight I didn't even know who else was live. I just looked there, monk, and I know for a fact if I look at this chat, 56 people. I bet all them 56 have all been in here in the last week or two. Oh, he's got Muggles on. Muggles is a good lad. Like if you get Muggles on your pal, like, when I get people like Muggles on, I'm keeping them on for as long as I can. You know what I mean? Muggles is a bit of a superstar. He's like, I mean, Northern King the other night. You get the Northern King on a panel, right, which is hard to do anyway. So when you do, you keep them on, man. You keep them on. You might have noticed that. You get what you can, and I always ask them loads of questions. I like to, like, I know Jim's about. Jim's about, I don't know. Don't think I've upset Jim. I know when I had shuffling on the other Saturday, didn't do me any favours, but you can't please everyone though, can you? You know what I mean? But, yeah, Monk's got a different vibe though. I think Monk's, but me and Monk, um, don't know, we're very similar, but he's a lot more. He's put a lot more hours in than me on panels and stuff. You know what I mean? Just the name, everyone knows the Monk. Everyone knows Monk, don't they? Which gym we on about? I'm on about Thingy. I'm on about Zeus. I don't know. I hope I haven't upset him. I've seen he's doing the live today, and I have put a comment in. I don't know if he's seen them though, but yeah, man, I don't want to. I'm sure Jim will know anyway. Zeus, we'll call him Zeus. I'm sure Zeus knows anyway that whatever I've done, whatever I don't do it there if I piss anyone off. You know what I mean? I don't think anyone minds being tagged in fantasy. You know, one person who you do not want to be tagged off, right? You do not want to be tagged off Crossy. Believe you me, everyone knows like that I haven't got much time for Crossy. You know, he just get a bit of respect on here, but Crossy's just the biggest Karen on YouTube, man. He's the biggest shit stir on YouTube. We'll leave it at that. And if he ever says he's doing a live, or if he never turns up, or he cancels them every live. Oh, I'm going to do a live, and then he cancelled it. He cancels it to the point where he just I just torture him. King of the cancelled live, Crossy. How are you doing, mate? This is the king of the quizzes at a minute. Because you come in, Adam, and I'm sure it's you, Adam. Donald Trump. Is this the job? So much. Oh, I was phone, you know. Are we back? Well, are we back? Like, is he another cheater? Like, have we got another cheater on our hands? Like, is this Wi-Fi not something? Yeah, this Wi-Fi keeps playing up. Right? Let me know if it gets really bad, and I'll switch. I'll switch to me phone. Yeah, Muggles is absolute YouTube legend, man. First, Leslie being about Leslie, right? Is I've seen more of Leslie in the last few days than weeks. She met last night. She was in good form, like buzzing off Phil Graham, and you know what she's like, man. Yeah, I thought she'd be in here. Like we're gonna have a Les live anyway. She's gonna get her own live. We're gonna get her on the panel. Just torture her basically. Months anyway. I want Patrick Ward in here. That's the one. Where's Nostog? Here. I want Patrick Ward in here. I want him here on the panel right now. Just got off here. Am I back? Am I back? Yes. Have I got sound? No. I'm sorry. So sorry, man. I cannot believe that. I thought you were winding me up. What's happening? I thought you were winding me up, man. Shit. Oh, it's bad that. Oh man, I went from my phone there. What the hell? How do I get out of here? Let's see, I've got a guess, man. The hell? What is going on? This is the worst live stream ever. Um, Right, is that it? Is that it? That should be it now. That should be it now as it started. Are we back to normal? I honestly thought you were all winding me up there. Not gonna lie. Oh, you're absolutely having me like. Should only be one of me now. Can he was now. I don't know, that's the thing. It's bad he's me bigging yous all up, right? Bigging yous all up with everyone who comes in, all my mates and shit. Saying, oh, they're all quality, you know what I mean? I can't trust money as well. Oh, did you see the belly button thing? Sean, I should have known. I should have known to trust you, bro. Should have known, mate. Now, belly button shot. That shot. Like a fanny in there. Oh, I didn't get the nipple out today. Ah, man, I'll get the stream tucked down if I get the nipples out, man. Not a chance. Gav, are you going to jump on and tell us about your first ever live stream and what caravan curtains you've been pinching and turning into t-shirts? Because you still need to explain that zigzag t-shirt that you had on. Don't try and tell us you don't remember what it was. You know, the one in Dubai when you were doing your fly impression. Remember that film, The Fly, with Jeff Goldblum? That's who Gav was doing on holiday. But did you not see his sunglasses? They were like a blue bottle's eyes. Mix that right. Combine the sunglasses with the zigzaggy Fred Perry. Naughty man. It's very naughty behaviour. Like if he was in England, he would have been arrested for going out like that. It was only because I'd never seen anything like that before in Dubai. Definitely wasn't ginger set. He's the only person in the whole of the UK with a ginger setting. Thank you, Ross. We might get Man Up still got his crazy story he tells Andy. We've got about, let's say, half 11. Finishes at half 11, right? So anyone who wants to jump on, make it a memorable last 45 minutes for Fairy Fizz. Because Fizzy, as big as a fan as she is, she doesn't frequent. She doesn't frequent the live streams much. I know she's busy and that. Got a bit going on, you know what I mean? But she's appreciating. She knows, she's a big fan, big Moon fan. Like she loves the Moons. I think that she's now appreciating how good the live streams are. You know what I mean? Even if they are on mute and we lose connection, I switched to my phone. I'm back on the tablet now. I've had to power my phone off. Gav, them pillows they've already got a place in the YouTube Hall of Fame. First ginger settee, even with ginger pillars, right? You even had like a ginger, even your t-shirt had a ginger theme. This is what I was saying about Al, early on. I was saying now and again, like once in a blue moon, he'll have a live where he's quite witty. That was if his. There was times where all seen was like a beard, like some pink lips moving. That's all he could see. The rest was just like burnt orange. Everything was just like everything was just like ginger on it. Oh God, I dread the thing. Do we want? Is that something that we want to see? Is it really? United Arab Emirates. You should be nowhere either. Well, we already know that one. That's what we like about it. Let's face it, Just Man Up is pretty new. Well, he's new. He's new to me anyway. Very, very new in YouTube world. Couple of months. Can't believe I did actually finish. That's getting gonna pop off now. What's happening? Oh, don't pretend you can't hear me. What's happening, brother? Have you got your sound on? You know if I can hear your footsteps. Oh, he gets a dodgy signal. This is Dosto, by the way, people. Decided didn't used to put his camera on now, like. Usually he does that when he's angry. But he has froze, but he does get a bit of just get a bad reception now and again, like. But there's a nice shot of him there, he'll be pleased with that one. It's no worse than that, when you're on camera, right? And you freeze, it's always like a bad shot, like, oh man. It happened to me a few weeks ago when I tried to get on Lambs or Monks and got on the panel, but I had no sound. So he just had me like going like this, and I went like that, right? I went like that. Then when I went off, when you're looking on your who's live on YouTube, scrolling through, you see the thumbnail. So the thumbnail was only me, had me on the panel going like this. You alright, brother?
Yes, you good?
Yeah, man, I'm good now. That was mad.
I don't know. I couldn't
Couldn't.
try to come in. You kicked me out or something. I thought,
Oh, you just froze there, mate. And on camera there, you just froze. But it was a nice shot of you.
Oh, did it have me head on it? Yeah. Fucking hell. Yeah, it's just a
It
black
froze
screen
on
with
the
like a
camera.
circle going round. I thought it was you that froze, not me.
Oh, well, you would do, mate, after tonight. Fucking hell. I thought, honestly, could you not hear me there?
Oh yeah, I didn't see half of it. I just seen you go quiet, and then about 10 minutes later, I had my phone in my pocket. I heard you talk. I forgot it was even on, to be
Mate,
honest.
mate, I was talking away for about 15 minutes, right? I thought that there was no sound, but I thought they were all
Who's
right with
chasing
me.
your in the chat? Someone's like, "Is it a mover?" One word.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Because I can't trust anyone in here, you know what I mean? Yourself included, because I know you're wind up. But
Yeah,
that's what it's all about, isn't it?
how you doing? No, you good?
I'm good now, mate. You know why? Because I've just done 3 12-hour shifts, mate. Three up at 5:30, leaving the house at 6:15, getting back in the house at 7:30. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, rough.
So how many days off you get now?
I don't go back till Friday night now, 7 o'clock.
Oh, a few days left.
It's all right, that, isn't it?
Yeah. Back to the fucking grinding stone for me. The
You
weekends
still
go
doing your
too
nights
fast.
then? You like them though, don't you? You like them night shifts, don't you?
Your job, mate, pays the bills, doesn't it? It's easy. Fucking keep myself to myself. That's not right. Get paid to watch
You're always
YouTube,
on here
basically.
as well. You're getting on here
I was
quite a
going to
bit
say,
now,
I
like
get
not,
paid to fucking
aren't
watch
you?
YouTube. Literally spend 8 hours a night just on my phone fucking around. The NBA playoffs have started, goes up and getting banged into that
Oh,
as well. Yeah.
oh. So them
So
playoffs,
we
right? Are they the ones where they
send
play each other seven times or something?
yeah, the best of seven each game. Back to the first round now.
Who's
So
so how many teams are left?
uh,
4.
just give me something now. I think there's 6 or 8 from each side, so they'd be either 16 or 12. I'm not sure. I think it's 16 left. 8 from each
What
division.
have you put a bet on, like?
I had a bet the other day, yeah. Won it as well. I got a 10 on it, got 80 quid back, but yeah, I've not had a bet for a while, to be honest. I woke up last weekend meaning to bet on the Grand National. Ended up getting bladdered, didn't I? I'd been one pear shaped.
I told you, did
Yeah.
I give you the. She was winning as well up the straight, wasn't she? Until the horse. The
What happened with golf?
28-1.
Did that guy
Rach,
win it? You,
Rachel Blackmore split half.
no, not the racing, the golf, what, who won the Masters?
Oh yeah, you said. Well, yeah, you had Fleetwood, didn't he? Come third, didn't he?
I don't know, that's why I'm asking you. I just know the bet didn't win
Yeah, he
anyway.
come third. He come
Right, who won
third.
it?
You know, Scheffler.
Oh, he's on fire, that kid, isn't he?
And he, you know what I was telling you the other week when you're at a bit of form. I mean, he hasn't done out for ages, right? He's just won the last 2 tournaments. One of
Yeah.
them being
So
the
it's gonna take up
Masters.
on the weekend.
He's probably worth a bet, but you won't get very good odds for him now. He'll probably be about 8-1 now to win his next tournament.
Yeah. You got to football
He
over the
might get.
weekend.
You know what, mate? No, I didn't even know, right, just how bad it was, mate. I didn't even know it was the FA Cup semi-final.
Yeah.
But you
United
got through,
almost
didn't you? You
got
straight through, didn't you?
yeah, City fucking didn't deserve to win, to be honest. Chelsea played well.
Didn't you?
Or City was knackered, I don't know which one, but yeah, it was shit. But
Did you
United was
fancy your
real
City,
lucky.
like?
Yeah, I'm going
Did
to
you
get
fancy
tickets
them?
to down to Wembley for the final. Promised him all year if we get there, I'll take him, so I've got to stick to it now, haven't I?
Will you get one easy then?
Should do, mate, yeah. Should do.
What, even
My lad's,
though
my lad's got
what,
his own little City support plus member club card thing, so he gets priority tickets for his tickets, but I'll need to get my own. But the thing is, I need to get them together, obviously. He's only 13. I can't just get 2 separate tickets. They need to be sat together, which that'll be the main difficulty doing that. But yeah.
have you been to an FA Cup final with City?
Yeah, last one I took him to, we beat Watford 7-0. That was his first cup final as well. I told him, you don't know how lucky you are, mate.
I
First time you go
know,
to Wembley, 7-0.
7
Yeah,
nil.
I've been a
Can't
couple
even
of times.
remember that.
I only took my lad the once to Wembley. It's fucking expensive, you know me. Last time I went, stayed overnight with him. I think spent like 1,200 quid on one night and one day. That's
Did you?
without the ticket. That was just spending money, mate. It's a fucking piss take. Yeah, in Wembley, something like a
This.
ten, an hot dog and a fucking bottle of coke. It's a piss take,
Oh
mate.
yeah, they have your eyes out, man. Every fucking. I haven't been to the new one. When we got the League Cup final, they were still building it, so we had to play it at that one in Cardiff.
Yeah.
They had the roof closed. Have you ever been in the ground with the roof closed off?
No, I've never even been to that Millennium
Oh, it's
Stadium,
so
to be
weird,
honest
man.
with you.
So weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
But Real
Millennium
Madrid
Stadium
closed
it
the
was.
roof
They had the
in the
roof
first leg. In the first leg of the Champions League, they closed the roof in the ground for some strange reason. I don't know why.
because Wembley closes, doesn't it?
Gives them a better
The
atmosphere,
new.
doesn't it? It's like being indoors and all
Is it?
fucking it's
Yeah, it's
echoing when
totally
it's
weird. It's weird. Proper weird, man. It is. But yeah, it totally changes it for me. Like, but oh, mate, just playing football in front of the 89,000 people, man, must be a buzz. Like, yeah.
yeah. Must be nerve wracking a bit.
That game tonight, Leeds. I mean, this is our like proper derby. This Leeds for the Riverside. We hate Leeds, but they must have brought about 3,500 there. Going mental. Good win for them, man.
Every, every fucking hates Leeds, don't they? Don't matter who you
Yeah.
support. yeah, everyone hates Leeds, mate. You just fucking nationally hated. Oh.
So, did you fancy City against Chelsea? Like,
Oh, we'd beat him, mate. I thought we'd beat him easier than we did, to be honest. We fucking really struggled. If anything, they
what
deserve to
happened?
win, mate. In that chances they had. Fuck those who got knackered, didn't they? Either that or fucking, oh, our bottles went after the Real Madrid game. I'm not sure, mate. Want the normal City, though.
Yeah,
They're
mate.
down
Well,
and about and trying to beat us, mate.
you still won though, didn't you? You know what I mean? It's never a cup of it.
Yeah. Fuck it, I take
Well,
it, man.
said that. I think you'll beat Man U like you should do, shouldn't you? On paper, they're terrible,
Gutted
aren't
that
they? Out
Coventry
of them?
didn't get there because if Coventry would have won yesterday, the travel would have been cheaper. The fucking tickets would have been more in demand and cheaper because it's United and City. Every country's going to want to go. The train fares are going to go up double. There's no way I'm
Yeah.
driving to London. Mate. Parking on its own is fucking 40 quid or something for a few hours. So I'll just probably get the train on a coast down.
Did Man City fill that stadium? Because
It's
I've
our
heard
second
people
home, mate,
called
to
the
be fair.
empty head.
Oh yeah, our own. You're talking about our own matches, and that's not the Premier League matches. That's like midnight when the Champions League, or if we play a league game during the midweek. Yeah, we don't ever sell it out. That's because they're fucking businessmen, and they're probably keeping hold of the tickets. You know, not letting them go to third parties. Just fucking
Yeah.
they're at work and just waste them or whatever because they're not online for sale. They're sold out after matches.
So
But
how
yeah,
far off?
mate.
How many
Fucking
empty
hell.
seats are we talking?
You try to
How
rub it
many
in
empty
here, or
seats?
what? Support Middlesbrough, kid. Come on.
I'm being serious, man.
Fucking
I
hell.
want figures. Are we
Best
talking
players.
big gaps in the crowd? Like, are we talking like
I know. Yeah, I don't
London? Is
see.
it?
When you're there, it looks worse on the telly. To be fair, I mean, when you're there, you notice a few empty seats, but there's not major fucking gaps or nothing on the telly. Sometimes it does look bad, but you know what it is? We City fans, we're all pissheads, mate. 10 minutes before half
Is that
time,
what
they're
it is?
all in the bar. You don't come back till 20 minutes after half time, sniffing flake in the toilet and all that.
I mean, some people even leave early and that, don't they? How can you leave a match early? You know what I mean?
I've seen people sat in the concourse where the bar is just watching the match there on the screens. I think, stay home and watch on the telly if you're going to do that.
I
It's
know they're
fucking
just
mad,
buzzing
isn't it?
because they're getting out of the house, aren't they?
Yeah, but I was going to say,
Oh, he's got. I was ripping him there, by the way. He wasn't biting, right? Because it was, when Man City won the league. Noston was halfway down the road when he scored that goal. What was he called? Who scored it? The famous one where he scored the last minute when they won the league. What was he called, man? Noston was out and left the ground. He wasn't biting there. Like, Aguero! Oh, he went running back in the ground. Sorry, mate. I do chuckle at that one. Like, I know I didn't know that until I heard people saying, "There you go, bro. Remember this batty fish now? And he only goes and checks down. Like, when you stay, imagine stay. Like, whatever you do, don't mention it in Oscar because he's a bit worried about that. Like, just don't mention it to him. You know what I mean? Yeah, what's going on, Ella? Like, busy for half an hour. This is the fellow who went to Spain and missed his plane on purpose on the way home. Purpose 3 times. Yeah, absolute batty fish. Like, we've got half an hour left. We've got half an hour. You know what? Even though this live has been sponsored by Jungle Boys, THC there, yeah. But I don't think there's much left in it. Right? There's not much now left in it. Right? I need a new one. A little bit. Not much. Yeah, Gav. To be fair though, Gav, you are natural, man. We all knew that. We all knew. I'm just glad you did get the stream you had on because I was saying before, that's all need that beat to go live. Another one to another one to battle with. But yeah, it was funny as fuck, man. It was only ever going to be funny as fuck. Even though Gav was trying to be sensible at some point. Like, he was taking questions, wasn't he? It's not worse than them lecky days. Like, you're going to put 20 quid on the lecky. But at least you know what you're using. Yeah, he's a one for you. He's a one for you. How many people, right? How many hosts have had tunes on their panel and got him to boil his kettle to tell us how much it costs to boil a kettle on a live? I remember him, he was going on there, he had one of these smart meters, that tells you how many pennies you've used. So I said to him, how much do you reckon it costs to boil a kettle? And he said, here, let's do it. So he had his smart meter there, right, and he boiled the kettle. I think it was 2 pence. Cost him 2 pence to boil a kettle, but yeah, them smart meters just want to. I got absolutely hammered for a few years. We booked you in for your smart meter. Where you didn't have to have one, but they just wanted you to have one of these smart meters, right? And I didn't want one, but it got to the point where they were booking saying, Bill, your technician Bill is coming round on Monday at 2 o'clock to fit your smart meter. And you had to physically ring them up to cancel the appointment. You never asked for an appointment. The amount of them I got where, and they'd keep you on hold for ages, so basically you couldn't cancel it, but I never got one. I, don't- I don't, what gets me with them, right, is So the energy companies are all about making money. Yeah? So, but they want to put a device in your house that tells you how much electricity you're using. So obviously you're going to want to you're going to want to keep your electricity down. So you're going to start turning the lights off and stuff. So the electricity companies aren't going to make as much money if you're turning the lights off now, are they? So it can't be about that. It's basically you're letting them into your house, aren't you? You're letting them in. Yeah, we'll do a live. Hey, Jimbo. This is to you, Jimbo, yeah. Been coming in here for ages, right? Seen you jumping on other panels right now. We've got my mate in the background here, one sec, bro. Uh, and I know you like to talk about stuff, like topics or whatever. But one day, Jimbo, when I go live in the afternoon and you're in, pick a topic, jump on, and we'll talk about it, mate. Because like I can have a laugh and all that, but I like to think that I know bit about stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
What's
A
going
bit
on?
like my mate here. What's happening, brother?
Yeah, sweet, mate. Fuck, I'm a bit under the weather, but I'll fill you in with the rest of the fucking story from that night, man.
Yeah, come on.
Now,
What happened?
you think that was fucking mad? So, obviously, you know, all sorted. When I cut off that, they were like, it was the neighbour was saying, he was like, I don't know what it is. I'll fucking turn the floodlight off and all that at the back. So I was like, yeah, it's done and dusted. And about 5 a.m, fucking asleep, hear this fucking siren going off again, and I thought, he's fucking having me on here, taking the piss. So 5 a.m, managed to rummage around, got myself like this little mini torch, like these little like hedge clipper things. I was going to snip his wires. So got in the garden, and I was literally on this like little stool in the garden over his fence, just trying to hear this fucking siren so I could pick up where it is, so I could cut the fucking wires on it. So I was there for about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes.
So
Right?
you had some
10, 15.
secateurs. Are we talking secateurs you had?
Yeah, like where you snip little branches with and that one of them things. Like I was going to snip his wires and that. So I was out there for about, I don't know, I weren't timing, but it felt like about 10, 15 minutes. I was out there and not a fucking peep. And I was like, this is a fucking wind up. I'm out here now. It doesn't make a fucking sound. So I come back in the fucking conservatory and I heard it again, and I was about to fucking blow my lid. And it turns out it wasn't a fucking garden alarm. It was one of my son's faulty toys. My son's got a robot, and the batteries were going. And every time something passed this sensor on this robot, it started sending out fucking sirens. So it wasn't the neighbour's alarm after all. It was my son's fucking toy. Like literally,
But it
like
wasn't
fire.
his alarm all the time.
Yeah, so it wasn't. So what it was is what it was is the cat was setting off the fucking sensors on this thing, and every time you go past it, it sets off this siren, but it didn't make a flashing noise. So there was no garden alarm after all, and obviously I fucking
No
started on
way.
the neighbour. Like it's
No
fucking
way.
joke, but yeah, I ain't apologising. But that's the end of the story. There was no garden alarm. It was one of my son's toys.
You must have laughed about that, though, were you?
Fucking joke, mate. Fucking about to smash it to pieces. But yeah, it's this big like
So,
2 foot tall robot, and the batteries are going. So every time the sensor goes off, it sets up a siren. But I was in there. I was like, it keeps going off when I'm in here. I'm outside for 10 minutes.
can't
Can't
believe
fucking
that.
hear it. This is a piss take. And I thought he was having me on, the neighbour. But yeah, it's one of my son's toys. It was faulty, but I was like,
Yeah,
I ain't admitting that, man. So like, yeah, just fucking
I
keep that.
cannot believe that.
That's
That
why
is
people
fucking
like me
mental.
shouldn't be allowed anywhere near like YouTube lives, because I do stuff like that daily. But obviously, then I'm there like grassing myself up on his doorbell and that. Like, I'm surprised that he didn't call the cops on me, man. Fucking jokes.
So let's get this right. So
Yeah,
he hasn't bought anything. So he must be thinking, what the fuck is this geezer going on
yeah, yeah.
about? But he's
He
just
hasn't,
gone along with it.
he hasn't done any, like he done everything, like he shit himself and obviously done everything he could. So he's turned his floodlights off because he didn't know if they were making a noise and that. And obviously I'm not going to go around and say sorry and correct him. And then like I said, I was in his garden. I was in like literally stood on a stool, like leering over his back fence at 5 a.m with a torch, trying to find this fucking wire, and it weren't going off. So then I come back in, And obviously that's triggered this fucking motion sensor on this robot again. I've heard it again, and I was like, why the fuck can't I hear it when I'm outside? So I went back out again, nothing. Come back in, and then obviously the robot went off again, and I realised it's this fucking. It's called, like, I don't know. It's called Neo. This robot is. It's like 2 foot tall. The batteries are going, and it keeps firing off sirens. So it was my son's fucking toy, man. And that's the only reason I could hear it in the back of the house. And obviously, yeah, I could hear it in the back of the house. So I assumed it was his fucking garden. So yeah, obviously I kicked off on him, and bless him, and it was a fucking toy.
Mate, that's
Why
fucking
I need to be
brilliant,
kept
man.
well and truly away from lives, man. Fucking hell.
When did you realise this? On the same night?
Now about 6 in the morning, after I'd been outside for 15, 20 minutes, like fucking ready to snip all his wires that I could find.
You didn't have a balaclava on as well, did you? Snooping about in his garden.
Just fucking hoodie up, I think, mate. But yeah, like I said, I was just torching that, like shining, trying to get a glisten off some wires somewhere to see where it was, because I was just going to snip it. And then it didn't go off, so I thought he was having me on again. Like, you know, that's the way my mind works. I was like, he's having me on now. He's watching me and he's making sure this don't go off because he's fucking having me on. Because I couldn't hear it then. When I was like, it's meant to be a motion sensor, and I'm stood out here and nothing's going off. So I come back in the house and it went off again. And I nearly turned the house upside down, because as soon as I walked in back in the back door, it went off again. But obviously it's that little fucking robot.
Who else have we told this to?
Now, first I thought, you know, you got the bulk of it last time. So I told YouTube idiots in chat the other day, like, when just like I said I'll drop the story proper. But yeah, I just thought, you know, you got the fucking story the other day, so I'll give you the end of the story.
Honestly, mate, I was not expecting that at all, but that's fucking just you all over that, isn't it?
It's a fucking joke, mate. It's what. Yeah.
Beauty. That's like a funny story. You can go and tell to anyone that, and I'll be telling people at work that one.
Funny story to everyone but my neighbour, bless him. But yeah, I'll just say sorry, he's a dickhead
He
anyway.
must be thinking, what the fuck is that bloke on there from next door?
Yeah, it's a fucking joke, mate. But I'd literally do stuff like that all the time. But it just so happened, obviously, because I was on you was on the live. I dropped it for you, but that's the type of, like, just gets me in shit, man.
Mate,
So all good fun,
mate,
man.
you must have sat there and ran over the things what that bloke must have been thinking in your head. He stood there in his dressing gown and he's thinking, oh, I haven't really heard it. And you were like, what, are you fucking deaf?
I know, yeah, and he can't hear it because it's a fucking little robot in my fucking conservatory.
Oh, fucking hell, mate. You could go on all night about funny, this and that. Like, that's fucking beauty, that.
Crazy, man. But yeah, man, I'll
Best
jump back
one I've
in chat.
heard
But
for a
yeah,
while.
that's the end of that story, mate. So yeah, just it was basically all fabricated inside my fucking head, which is how most stuff happens.
I'm gonna be using that one for a while, mate. The beauty, that. What you up to tonight? Oh, he's gone. Oh, mate. Gav, in a bit, Gav. Has anyone that's Nostog's reply to the Aguero shout that? Not happy. Anyone heard that first, the story from the other night? That is just fucking, you can't even contemplate that, how funny that is. The visions of him, like, fully ballied up and all that with his secateurs and his little talk. And even this thing, in the back garden, like Kenny Noy, Kenny Noy style. If anyone had, like, if his next door neighbour had come out, he probably had jabbed him, wouldn't he? That's a fucking beauty, that. Wait, I'm gonna proper milk that story, like, yeah, man. What do they call them? When you get a funny story and then you tell it to somebody and you add a little bit on, and by the 10th person, it's a totally different story. I'm just gonna put my spin on that, like. JMU ballied up in his back garden 5 o'clock in the morning, like Kenny Noy, like scaling fences and that. His sonar gear. Fucking hell, man. That like that. The best thing is you're not even gonna. Well, you can't really, can you? Anyone, if anyone else in the chat done that, you couldn't go back and explain the next door neighbour, could you? You couldn't go and apologise. Let's face it. I mean, he said he was a twat anyway when he probably deserved it, man. But the poor bloke, man, I don't want to get into it because it'll have me going all night on the jokes we can get out of that story. Yeah. Not at all, mate. You're an absolute slapper. If you were a woman, you would be a slag. Been putting it about in Spain, man. It's my son's 21st on the 3rd of May. Yeah, 3rd of June, he's 21. It's been going steady with the last for a good few years now. Like, pretty much inseparable. But I've talked him into letting me take him away for a week somewhere. You know, because, you know, when we get 21, you don't get to see much of them, do you? So, yeah, I told him to pick somewhere. Um, Ibiza, Gran Canaria, Tenerife, Portugal. I'm trying to look at anyone in the chat who I think might be able to help you there, mate, but no, they're all there. They're all decent folk, and like they've had them days. Oh, did anyone? Yeah, you know what? Did anyone remember that live the other week when Jim was on Zeus and Norris come on? Yeah, it was quite late a few weeks ago. We were having a proper laugh with Norris. Norris doesn't go on panels, you know what I mean? So to get him on here with Jim, with Zeus, bit of a bit of a coup, you know what I mean? But there was this gadget in the chat, Paul C, and he just kept spamming the chat, right? He's from Middlesbrough, right? And I've met him. And I haven't got a problem with him, right? Look, he just mixes and just DJ up, but he was proper. I don't know what was going on. We got the point where he started offering Norris out in the chat, and that. Fucking hell, man. But I thought I'd it, but you know what? Norris was a bit gutted like that. I was talking to him afterwards, WhatsApp. I said, oh, fucking, you know what I mean? When somebody doesn't come on that often, like Norris, and then there's somebody like Paul C who never comes in my chat. They come in my chat for like 2 hours and just, I don't even know. I haven't watched it back, but in the end, if you're offering Norris out from yeah, Paul C, man, offering Norris out for a fight and that, saying I'll fight you and that. Yeah, he was on here the other last week, about 2 weeks ago. Zeus was on as well. We were having a right laugh, but Paul was just in the chat. Like Norris kept reading it and spoiled it a bit. I haven't seen Norris since, to be honest. Has he offered you out as well? Who is it? I think it's Quinbar, right? Who is it who's got a problem with Kelvin? I seen this the other week. I think it's Quinbar. Uh, saying calling Kelvin a troll and that. It's getting a bit weird. he must have been pissed. He must have been pissed, right? Because Paul C, he, yeah, Nostal, you were there. He never got timed out once, though, right? Never got timed out. And I didn't want to make a big thing of it. He's been jacked, right? He goes, he's a good friend of Torbs, and I didn't want to make a meal of it, you know what I mean? But yeah, he come in, he started off alright, but then he just like, when you offered Norris out, something alright, and yeah, Calvin's Calvin, and he's just allow it, don't he? He's off his nut. But if you get Calvin in the right mood, like you get some sense out of him. And that was it. That was one, yeah, that's what sparked it off. Danny G, he's a Danny G fan, like Lindsay. Couldn't believe Lindsay stuck up for Danny G in that picture of Danny G on the Northern Kings premiere today. You seen the one? He looks like Fischl, man. It's so gay, his picture with his long hair down sides like this. And everyone was ripping him, including me, in the comments. And then Lindsay just like said, funny not. Like he wasn't happy. He does. Linnazy, he does, yeah. Linnazy. Yeah, so imagine, man. So he's got what? Northern King's gonna lose his channel, isn't he? So that was all over YouTube today, right? So Danny G definitely seen that Northern King video, right? Definitely seen it, right? But his response to that was, I see the video he did today, and it was so gay. It was so gay, like Danny was doing like it was a 15-minute YouTube, like YouTube video about it was about men having problems and that one, mental problems, like like it's hard. This sort of ties it in with all in one instance, he used when you get to the age where you go to a theme park and you won't go on the rides and that. It was just weird. It was proper weird. It was just classic, like Fanny G. But imagine if the King loses channel, man. Okay, he won't be happy with that, man. Won't be happy with that, man. And that's what it's like. He's always had a little bit of chew, Danny and Northern King, but not to the point where he's trying to heal the channel and that. But Lindsay will even stick up for him in that. Oh, you see, man, he won, he's like that with Monk as well, isn't he? Monk's not that. Monk knows Lindsay's a bit of a crazy one, you know what I mean? But obviously they know each other, they grew up together and that. But yeah, man, Lindsay's staunch, isn't he? He hasn't played golf for a while, Danny G, man, because he was just he really got the bug just before his operation. He had an epiphany on the golf course, But he realised after all these years what he was doing wrong. And I was watching it live. He was basically chipping an 8 iron on the green live, knocked it about 20 yards past. He was only 10 yards away, knocked it about 20 yards, might have even went in the bunker, right? And then from walking from that shot to the bunker, he had an epiphany on the golf course. And he shared it with 20 people who were in his life, right? One of them was me. And it was like, he wouldn't tell us what it was. He was playing with us, you know, and he was like, oh, I've had an epiphany. But he made us wait 3 holes, right, before he would tell us what it was. And what it was that he was swinging too fast. That was his epiphany. He was swinging too fast, right? And he wanted us to wait a few holes just to see if, to make sure that that's what it was. Because he was striking the ball well for the next 3 holes. Shared it with us that he'd been in the balls. He'd been swinging too fast all this time. So anyway, so all he wanted to do was play golf. All he wanted to do was play golf. But in 2 days' time, he was having an operation on his hand, right? That meant he couldn't play golf for a few months. Right at the point where he finally realised what he'd been doing wrong, and all he wanted to do was hit a ball, but he couldn't. So he had this operation on his hand, right? Within 2 weeks, he's wanting to get back on the golf course. And he went out, fucked his hand up, didn't he? He hasn't played since for 7 weeks because he tried it. He did too much. So he hasn't. I haven't mentioned the balls to him. Yeah, it was them who won it. Yeah. Lindsay's had a few of them, and he's bottled it. Lindsay, you had a bottle job, mate. It's not looking good for you. A bottle job, and you're a Danny G fan, mate. Have you seen that fellow who's called him out? See that fellow who's called him out, the Reacher or something? The Reacher. Also, while you're here, yes, Eddie, my mate, what's happening, Eddie? Look at that avatar. Yeah, has anyone heard of the smoking sheriff? The smoking sheriff. Has anyone heard of him? I sort of heard of him, yeah. But now I know who he is. He was on the end of YouTube Asylum the other day. And he's only from down the road from me. But as soon as I heard his voice, I thought, he's from Middlesbrough, innit? And all I can say is, if I had to liken him to somebody on he's a bit like Rackpool. Did you see him? Did you see him? It was YouTube. It was Rob said, reminds him of Rackpool. He only lives up the road, man. He's about 3 miles from me. I didn't even know. Is he? I like to say that's the first I've heard of him, Jimbo. And I heard people. I heard him mention the town where he's from, and it's just up the road, very basically. Yeah, from what I can gather, he's in. I heard him mention Video Craig, JDP. I don't watch any of them. That JDP. Someone said to me today that has anyone this exposing fighters Someone said to me today, they reckon it's armchair Arthur. You know, the voice changer. I don't know, because it's quite classy armchair Arthur in the, but it could be like. But they reckon that's a wind up though, don't they? They reckon that's all a big fucking con in it. That's a lot of marching powder to be found in there, and didn't they find some guns as well? The thing is, if there's a little gang, right? Exactly right. If there's a little gang, right, who've seen that opportunity, right, who've seen that in the paper, because let's face it, if it is a wind up, right, fucking, they've done it quick, haven't they? And if you believe what people say, it sounds like Video Craig's had something to do with it. I know them two are like mates and that, but I don't know, is it feasible to run with something like that and get everyone to believe it? Like, you know, don't know. I still think right now you wouldn't put money on either, would you? You wouldn't put money on either, whether he's telling the truth or it's a big wind up. Hello, man. You've dropped your gay card. That's it. Pick your gay card up. Or have you left it in Spain? Isn't it? Is it? I was one of them last night who had the notified for the 850 Scott Chegg explaining whatever. It was a load of shit, wasn't it? Absolute load of shit. He's supposed to be a family man, isn't he? And it caused a little bit of ruptions today, right? I'll just tell you this quickly, right? We all know Kurz, yeah? The blonde woman, Scottish woman with a dog. Everyone loves Kurz, yeah? Chilled out, hippie sort of vibe going on. So for some reason, she's back in Scott Chegg, sharing a post where there's an email address that you can get in touch with him. If you email this address, his wife's going to pass these emails on to him in prison. So Kurz is sharing this. So basically, she's sort of she's not condoning drug dealing, but you could look at it that sort of way. Though if it is true, he's a family man. He's got all that money in the house, all that cocaine in the house. And she ended up on Zeus's panel tonight. Zeus had obviously had seen him in the chat, and he was really nice to her at first. He said, "Look, I don't agree with it. I don't agree with the sharing that post because he's a family man and he shouldn't, he's ruining people's lives basically." And I think I don't know. I don't know. I think Kurz was a little taken back, to be fair, but go on an hour later on the same line, Kurz was still in the chat, and Jim had changed his tune. Like Jim was just he wasn't bothered. Like he was letting it go. You know, he was like he's wrong and ruining people's lives. And Kurz done like a sharp exit. That was just my view on it. You know what I mean? But yeah, you're right. I think she does. Like I don't know what her affiliation is to Scott Chegg, but she's obviously not looking at the wider picture. You know what I mean? Jim was just spelling it out. Right, guys, you know what? 11:30, man. 3 hours, 30 minutes. It's been a good catch up, and I am off for a few days now, so could mix it up a little bit. If I have a good kip tonight, I'll do something tomorrow afternoon. Try an afternoon thing. So, respect to everyone. Nostalgia, cheers for jumping on. Just man up. I can't believe that, man. I can't believe I've just got a vision of him like Kenny Neumann ballied up in his next door neighbour's garden. This fuck is hilarious, that one. Brilliant. All day, get some sleep. I was worried about you. Jimbo, respect, man. Jimbo, we'll have that chat as well, maybe tomorrow. Think of a topic. It might surprise you, man. Sean Wayne knows. Sean Wayne, I can keep Sean Wayne interested for a few hours as well. Let's get Sean Wayne on tomorrow. Jimbo the Bull. Yeah, man. And man, one day we might even get Eddie on, but he only goes on for his day at the pod ref. Have you still got the pod ref tattoo, Eddie, or got a pod ref tattoo, man? Yeah, I can't believe that, man. That was bad technical issues, that one. Peggy, you're late to the show, Peggy. It's been an absolute barnstormer. Probably live of the year, Pegs. Right, I'll catch you all tomorrow, or whoever's on live now will probably watch you, mate. You jump in the chat. We'll leave it out on that one, guys. Respect, man.